Hi, I'm Rigel from Washington. Please like and subscribe. My parents were space scientists at NASA, so they named me after one of the brightest stars in the galaxy, Rigel. Now problems started when they expected me to be a star performer at school too. But there was only one thing that got me starry-eyed: watching anime. But my parents kept pushing me towards space science.
Rigel, we got you the latest spaceship Lego set. Come on, let's put it together.
I haven't pooped for 3 days, so the gas inside me might explode. I got to go.
Rigel, it's such a clear night. Let me show you some constellations.
Some other time, Mom. I have to go walk our goldfish. I darted out of the house faster than a bullet train. When I was in grade 6, my parents had to move to New Jersey for a year for some project. On my first day there, I was in the garden when I saw a girl my age next door. She had long blonde hair and blue eyes, and she was dancing like a ballerina princess on her porch. When the music stopped, I clapped for her. That was beautiful!
Thanks! You must be the new neighbor Mom was talking about. Are your parents astronauts? Have they been to the moon?
I told her what my parents did, and her eyes widened.
So their job is to look at the stars. Do you know how many of them are up there?
Of course, there are 20 billion gazillion million stars.
Wow, you sound like a genius. Mom says when God forgets to give someone beauty, he makes up for it by giving them brains.
Okay, that was kind of insulting. The girl introduced herself as Bianca, and she told me her mom was a model, and her dream was to become the best ballerina in the world. We even went to the same school, and I found out Bianca was super popular. She had her own YouTube channel with amazing dance videos and thousands of subscribers. We grew close, and most days after school, she'd hang out at my house, mainly because of Mom's cupcakes.
My mom doesn't let me eat sweets. She says I won't be able to dance if I put on weight.
No need to listen to your mom, honey. Scientific studies suggest that makeup gets absorbed through the skin and shrinks brain cells. Imagine how tiny your mom's brain must be.
Put that cupcake down, Bianca, and tell me something. Did you become a space person because you're ugly and no boy on Earth wanted you?
What? I have a husband.
And where did you meet him? At work? Exactly.
But we don't work in space.
Then why do you keep telling people you're a space worker? Liar. Come, Bianca, let's go.
Clearly, our moms couldn't stand each other, but that didn't stop Bianca and me from being friends. Once in class, our math teacher, Mrs. Watson, was getting a really boring lecture, so I started sketching her. Suddenly, Bianca grabbed my notebook, scribbled something, and handed it back. She'd made Mrs. Watson's butt bigger and labeled the picture Mrs. Butson, and I giggled loudly. And just then, Mrs. Watson walked up and snatched my notebook.
Who made this?
I did.
No, I did.
We were both sent to the principal's office, and our moms were called in, and they went crazy.
My daughter would never do such a thing. She's an angel.
Then why don't you take her to space with you next time? And don't bother coming back.
I'm a space scientist, not an astronaut. But a bimbo like you wouldn't understand.
Bimbo? As if counting the stars is really a smart job. And at least I'm gorgeous. Your looks could make onions cry.
Suddenly, Mom lunged at Bianca's mom and pulled her hair, and her wig came. She pounced on Mom's face and broke her glasses. The principal had to call securities to pull them apart. That evening, I was on my way to the market when I heard loud noises coming from Bianca's house.
Stop hanging out with that girl. She's a good-for-nothing loser, just trying to get you in trouble. No, Mom. Rigel's my best friend. Bianca, you're too innocent. If she was the one who made the sketch, why did she let you take the blame, too?
Bianca fell silent, and I quietly walked away. Why didn't Bianca say she's drawn something, too? I tried to avoid Bianca after that day, but it was hard since she kept following me around like a lost puppy. One day, she was at my place when she saw my bicycle and said no one had ever taught her how to ride one. Well, I can teach you if you want.
Woohoo! This is so much fun!
Suddenly, Bianca's mom came out running and started shouting.
Get off that thing right now. You'll hurt yourself before your big ballet performance next week. And you stop teaching my daughter stupid things.
Riding a bicycle isn't stupid, but you wouldn't understand because when God gives you beauty, He forgets to give you brains.
Did you just call me stupid?
No, I called you beautiful. Bianca's mom refused to let her go out after that until the day of her ballet performance. But one night I got a text from Bianca saying she was super bored, so I asked her to sneak out of the window where I was waiting for her with my bike. We both had so much fun taking turns riding it. When it was Bianca's turn, suddenly a car whizzed past her. She lost her balance and went crashing into a lamppost. My parents rushed her to the hospital, where the doctor told us she'd broken a bone in her left foot and would probably never be able to dance again. I'm so sorry, Bianca.
Get lost, you witch! I won't ever be able to live my dream because of you. Mom was right. You're just a good-for-nothing loser who can't stand anyone who's prettier and more popular than her.
I was shocked at her words. How could she mean that? She made it sound as if the accident was my fault.
Honey, she's really upset right now, but don't worry, she'll come around.
Only Bianca never did. She blamed me for what happened and turned into this mean bully who didn't miss a chance to put me down. Thankfully, I didn't have to deal with it for long since we moved back to Washington soon after. By the time I was in high school, my parents had given up all hopes of me becoming a NASA scientist, but I was still obsessed with anime. So when our teacher announced career day in class, I decided to dress up as my favorite anime character. As I entered the classroom in costume, I saw all the boys gushing over a new girl. She had blonde hair and really blue eyes. OMG, it was Bianca! I quickly tried to hide my face behind my bag, but Bianca spotted me.
Hey, Rigel! Long time no see! Oh, what are you dressed as? A homeless beggar girl?
I'm dressed as my favorite anime character, Mikasa Ackerman.
So you're still making those weird drawings, huh? As they say, once a loser, always a loser.
Bianca became super popular thanks to her stunning looks. All the boys wanted to date her, and all the girls wanted fashion tips from her. And Bianca never failed to rub her popularity in my face.
Rigel, 97 guys proposed to me today. Or wait, was it 99?
Well, good for you.
I bet no one's ever asked you out. Such a loser.
Mikasa Ackerman never be a loser. I turned around to see Toby standing behind me. He was a year senior to us and was an awkward skinny guy with braces and huge glasses.
I just wanted to tell you that I loved your outfit that day.
Thanks! Are you into anime too?
Yeah, big time.
We ended up discussing our favorite shows and characters and didn't even notice when Bianca marched off angrily. After that day, I started hanging out with Toby and he told me something shocking. Bianca was his stepsister.
Her mom married my dad a few months back. Things are weird between Bianca and her mom. They hardly ever talk to each other.
I told him about our friendship and how things ended between us.
Now I get why she's mean to you. Do you want me to talk to her?
No! I don't want things to turn ugly between you two because of me. Toby and I started getting closer day by day, and we had tons in common. One evening, he invited me to his house to show me his collection of anime comics. His favorite anime character played the guitar, and he had a similar one in his room too. When I asked him if he knew how to play, Toby shyly took the guitar and started playing, and he was phenomenal. Wow, Toby, you could easily play in our school band. You're so good. The next day, I insisted Toby meet our school band teacher, and he agreed to give him a chance after hearing him play. After that day, Toby joined the school band. I even gave him a little makeover, and his popularity in school shot through the roof. But he just wanted to hang out with me, and this really pissed off Bianca.
My brother doesn't know what a two-faced person you are. Stay away from him. He deserves someone better.
Why do you have to be so mean, Bianca? What happened all those years ago wasn't my fault.
Really? You have to have some nerve to say that if you hadn't made me sneak out of my room that day, I'd still be dancing.
How was I to know you'd get into an accident? We were just kids, Bianca. Let it go.
Easier said than done.
She pushed me aside angrily and marched off. Gosh, this girl was something else. A few weeks later, Toby and I were chilling at my house when he saw some of my anime drawings on the table. Oh, it's nothing. Just a hobby right now. I tried hiding my drawings, but when Toby insisted, I showed him the anime series I'd been sketching.
Wow, these need to be published. You have no idea how amazing you are, Rigel. Can I show these to my dad?
Toby told me his dad's friend owned a big publishing house and he could actually get my series published. I was super excited by the idea, so I put my sketches in a folder and gave them to him. The next day, I reached school early and waited anxiously for Toby when a girl from my class told me he was waiting for me in the auditorium. But when I got there, it was completely empty. I was about to leave when the stage lit up and Bianca walked onto it, and she was holding the folder Toby took with him.
Surprise, surprise! So what were you saying that day about letting things go? Well, today I'm going to do something, and you're going to have to let it go. Okay, Rigel?
Just then, Bianca pulled a lighter from her pocket and set my folder on fire. I watched in horror as years of my hard work got burned to ashes. But just then, I noticed a spark from it land on her dress, and in a fraction of a second it caught fire. Before Bianca had a chance to react, I ran on stage, peeled off the thick carpet and wrapped it around her. Thankfully, that was enough to put out the fire. Are you hurt?
No, I'm okay, I think.
Bianca, what did you just do? Are you insane?
Toby told me he'd been looking everywhere for the folder this morning, and a maid told him she'd seen Bianca take it from his room last night.
Yes! I stole the folder because I wanted to show Rigel how painful it is when something you've worked so hard for is snatched away from you.
Bianca, I'm so sorry for what happened to you, but it was an accident.
Yeah, but it ruined my chances of becoming a ballet dancer. It's everything Mom ever wanted after I stopped dancing. Mom basically lost interest in me, and then she got remarried and got busy with her life. I felt so lonely.
I was always there for you, Bianca, but you never warmed up to me.
Because every time I saw Mom being nice to you, I felt jealous. And then you started hanging out with Rigel, and that just made me angrier.
Life always gives us a choice, Bianca. We can choose love or we can choose hate. You chose hate today, but I choose love. I forgive you for burning my drawings. With that, I walked out of the auditorium. A few weeks later, it was my birthday, and I'd thrown a small party for my friends. I was in my room getting ready when I heard Mom talking to someone. It was Bianca.
Rigel, you never told me Bianca had moved to Washington too.
It just slipped my mind.
Just like it slipped your mind to invite me to your birthday party. Well, I'm here anyway. Happy birthday, Rigel.
I don't want anything from you.
Just open it.
My jaw dropped when I saw it was a book of my anime series. But you'd burned all my drawings.
I tried, but I couldn't. I just burned the empty folder that day. Rigel, when that accident happened, Mom kept blaming you for it, and I started believing her. And when I saw you after all these years, the hurt came back.
I'm sorry for what you went through, Bianca. Believe me, if I could turn back time, I'd be on that bike instead of you.
I know when I saw you being so nice to Toby and encouraging him to play in the band, I realized maybe I was wrong all along. I know you think of me as this evil person, but I'm not as bad as you think.
No, you're not. I hugged Bianca, and she hugged me right back, and it felt great.
Okay, now I'm feeling a little jealous.
Bianca and I laughed as we pulled Toby into a hug too. My anime series soon became a huge hit. With success came money, and my parents were shocked that what they considered a waste of time could actually be a full-time career opportunity. So do you guys still want me to be a space scientist?
Yes, but only in an anime.
Hi, I'm Lorna from Nashville, and this is my story. Please like and subscribe. I grew up as an only child, and it was pretty lonely because my single mom was always busy. She'd mostly forget my birthdays or any promises she made. Mom, you promised you'd take me to the beach for a birthday picnic.
The sea and the beach will still be there next weekend, Lorna. But without my job, I won't be able to raise you.
Mom worked as a chef at a big restaurant, and I enjoyed watching her cook whenever I tagged along with her to work. That soup looks tasty.
I need to use the bathroom. Don't touch anything.
As soon as Mom left, I picked up a ladle and leaned over to scoop up some soup. Oh, it was so good. As I went in for another spoonful, suddenly my removable braces fell into the pot.
Lorna, what are you doing there?
Nothing! I quickly moved away, and she hurried with a bowl and dished out some soup.
We have a very important guest in the restaurant. No distractions, please.
When she went out again, I frantically searched for my braces, but moments later, she came into the kitchen crying.
I just got fired because the important guest found this in his bowl.
I am so sorry, Mom.
Ever since you came, my life has been a roller coaster.
I was heartbroken when she said that. After that, she changed towards me even though I said sorry like a million times. She managed to get some part-time jobs, but was having trouble making ends meet. So eventually, when I was in 7th grade, we had to move from our nice apartment in the city and go live with Grandma in a small town. We hadn't met Grandma in ages, and she hugged me tight.
Oh, you've grown so big, Lorna.
Mom just sulked and took our bags upstairs to her old room. Grandma made an amazing supper, and I was having a great time, but Mom was still in a bad mood. And then she had the strangest conversation with Grandma. I don't want certain people to know that we're here.
That's kind of impossible, dear. It's a small town.
We're only going to be around for a few months till I get another job. Just don't talk about us with anyone.
But I like Grandma's house. Please, let's just stay here for good. Mom just ignored me and walked off.
We'll convince her to stay. Don't worry. Now you go to bed because tomorrow is your first day at your new school.
The school I was going to was actually Mom's old school, and Grandma took me there the next morning while Mom stayed in bed. As I walked through the corridor, I saw this boy with big glasses hanging from his locker.
Hello, can you help me down?
How did you get up there?
My stupid older stepbrother and his friends.
I was as short as him, so it was a bit difficult getting him down, but we both ended up in a heap on the floor.
Thanks. I've never seen you around before.
Oh, I'm new. My name is Lorna.
What's that smell?
What smell?
It's coming from your bag. Do you have dead skunks in there?
When I opened it, I saw that Grandma had packed me lunch, and it was leftovers from last night, and it didn't smell right. The boy ran away without even telling me his name. But when I got to class, I saw him there, and he instantly yelled.
Hey everyone, there's the stink bomb I was telling you about.
That's how he paid me back for helping him? Everyone pinched their noses as I sat down with my stinky backpack. Right behind that jerk, whose name was Brad. Hey, idiot, I'm hanging you back on that lacquer later.
I know what I did was wrong, but I've been waiting for a long time for someone new to take my place in school.
What are you talking about?
I've always been the easy target for bullies, the one that gets thrown in the trash bin or gets the face stuck in the toilet.
So you want me to go through all that?
It's not that bad, you look strong. Good luck.
When I got home, I told Grandma it was a bad idea to put leftovers in my lunchbox.
I'm sorry, dear. Let's go get some lunch snacks from the grocery store.
No, she's not going to the grocery store, Mom.
Why can't I go to the store?
It's just a short trip. It'll be fine. No one knows who she is.
What?
Ugh, nothing.
Mom reluctantly agreed. And as Grandma and I roamed through the aisles, I suddenly spotted Brad walk in with a man who was probably his dad. Grandma! That's the boy who made all the kids laugh at me at school. Just then, Brad's dad saw us and approached Grandma.
Hi, it's been a while since I've seen you.
Oh, yes. Your son has really grown up.
Yeah, who's this pretty girl?
Oh, just a maid's daughter.
What? No, I'm not Grandma.
Grandma? She's your granddaughter.
Oh, God, yes, she is my granddaughter.
And then Brad's dad bent down and suddenly hugged me. Okay, what are you doing, weirdo? Grand, what's going on?
Honey, I wasn't supposed to tell you this, but he's your dad.
What? But Mom told me my dad wasn't alive.
Oh, that's what she said. Well, I'm very much alive, honey. And this is your twin brother.
What? Brad and I looked at each other, stunned. And then Grandma said we needed to leave. On our way back home, Grandma explained everything to me.
Your mom had just completed high school when she had you and your brother, and she wasn't ready to start a family. So she took you and asked your dad to keep your brother.
But that's so unfair. I always wanted a sibling because growing up, Mom was always busy and I was so lonely.
I know, love. It wasn't a fair choice for both you and your brother.
When we got home, Mom was waiting for us, smiling.
I got a job interview.
You told me I didn't have a dad, but I saw him today. And I have a twin brother too. Were you ever going to tell me?
Gosh, I knew I shouldn't have come back here.
She had to find out one day. Things like this just can't be kept a secret forever.
This is a mess. Lorna, listen.
I don't want to hear anything you have to say. You lied to me all my life. The next day when I woke up, Dad was in the kitchen with Brad.
Why didn't you tell me you were in town?
Because we made an arrangement to never see each other ever again.
But you're here now. Don't you want to meet your son?
Mom looked at Brad tearfully, and he looked as angry as I felt.
I have a mom?
And I have a dad. The situation in the kitchen was really tense, so I took Brad to my room while our parents still argued. This used to be Mom's room, but now it's mine.
I can't believe I have a mom, my own mom, and a grandma and a sister. After Dad married my stepmom, things just went bad for me. She and her son are awful people.
Don't worry, you have me now.
I'm sorry about what I did at school.
I forgive you. Mom and Dad apologized to us both and said they'd been wrong to keep us apart. Brad and I told them it would take us time to forgive them. But secretly, we both thought it was the best thing we'd ever discovered. Mom decided to stay, and as time went by, Brad and I got really close. He started coming by often, and we had a lot in common. Grandma adored Brad, and slowly he and Mom started warming up to each other too. Like this one time, Mom was struggling to open a bottle of pickles, and he instantly got up to help her out.
Wow, you're a strong boy now.
She kissed him on his forehead, and his face just lit up. But at school, his older stepbrother Mason kept acting like a psycho. One day in the 8th grade, Dad took us all out to a restaurant. And just as I was about to sit next to Brad, Mason pulled away my chair and I fell flat on my butt.
Mason,
What? I was pulling out a chair for the lady. I was being a gentleman, Dad. It's not my fault she's a clumsy idiot.
When Mason went to the bathroom, I smothered his seat with BBQ sauce without Dad noticing. Brad and I giggled as he took his seat.
What are goofballs laughing at?
It was so hilarious because when he got up, it looked like he pooped his pants. As we grew up, we learned how to defend ourselves against Mason and his friends. Until one day I found Brad sitting with them during recess. Hey, Brad, did you lose your way in your mind? Come on, let's find another table.
He doesn't want to chill with you anymore. Go find some other friends.
Brad? But he just looked away. What was going on? I caught up with him at the end of the last class. You want to tell me why you're hanging out with Mason suddenly?
Look, Lorna, my stepmom has a lot of connections, and she said she'll help me get into a great university on full scholarship if I help Mason pass his exams. So I got to do this. Okay.
That's ridiculous. You don't need her connections. You can get in on your own. And I'm sure Dad has enough money to pay for your college.
That's the thing. He doesn't. Dad's business was doing really poorly when he met my stepmom. Sometimes I think he just married her for the money. Now she controls everything. I have to do what she says. That's what Dad's told me to. It's just for some time. Mason will graduate soon.
He just walked away, and I suddenly felt so lonely again. He stopped coming over completely, and since Mom had gotten a job as a head chef in a nearby city, she'd become really busy again too. Thankfully, I had Grandma, but lately she'd been struggling with her memory, and one day I came home, and she couldn't remember who I was.
Who are you? What are you doing in my house?
Grandma, are you joking?
Go away before I call the police.
But it's me, Lorna! I had to wait outside till Mom came back. We took Grandma to the hospital, and the doctor said she had Alzheimer's disease. Why is this happening to Grandma? She's the only person I can talk to.
Sweetie, you can talk to me.
But you're never around. Mom started taking weekends off from work, spending more time at home so we could take care of Grandma together.
Lorna, I was very young when I had you and your brother, and it felt like it might be the end of all my dreams, but it's not true. I just want you to know that I love you both more than my career. Family is the most important thing, and it's taken me some time to realize that.
Thank you, Mom. I love you too. Grandma's illness brought Mom and I closer, but Brad just never came back to us. He was still hanging out with Mason and his stupid friends even after they'd graduated high school. And then, one day in 12th grade, I found him in the school parking lot, trying to break into a teacher's car. Brad, what are you doing?
None of your business. Go away.
No, you were doing something wrong. I'm not just going to forget what I saw.
Look, just get out of here.
I'm not going anywhere. Just then, Mason jumped over the school fence and started yelling at Brad.
What's taking you so long, dude? My boys are waiting outside.
I couldn't get the car open. I'm trying.
I couldn't believe what I was hearing. They were stealing a teacher's car. Mason, I should have known that you were behind this.
When are you going to learn to mind your own business, Lorna?
I'm calling the principal. As I walked away, Mason grabbed my hand and I screamed. But just then, Brad pounced on him.
Don't touch my sister.
While they rolled on the floor wrestling, I ran straight to the principal for help. The principal called the police, and Mason was arrested for trespassing on school property and attempted theft. Turned out it wasn't the first car he and his gang had stolen. Brad, what happened to you?
Lorna, you don't know what I had to live with. Mason's mom is so evil. If I didn't listen to Mason, then he would tell his mom and I won't get to go to college.
Did you talk to Dad? Did you tell him that Mason is making you steal cars?
I tried, but he never believes me.
I hugged him as he cried. You should have told me. I would have helped you. I told Mom everything that happened, and she was so mad at Dad. She insisted that Brad come and live with us, and he was really happy too. Soon after, my college application replies came back, and to my delight, I've gotten in on a full scholarship.
I'm so happy for you, sis. My scholarship applications never got accepted, but at least you get to go.
I have enough money saved by now, and I'll pay for your studies. Brad, you don't have to worry about that ever again, because you are also my child.
As we celebrated in the living room, Grandma suddenly appeared.
Lorna, Brad, when did you get here? I'm so happy to see you.
Grandma remembered us, even if it was for just a little while, and it was a moment to cherish.
I saw my boyfriend Walker holding his guitar, and I nearly burst with pride. We'd come so far to get here, especially me, finally out in the real world again. I felt like my old self again, confident, happy, and free. Walker pointed at me and spoke into the microphone.
They say that when true love comes for you, you won't know what hit you. My girl Lacey came at me like a freight train. Babe, this song is for you.
Every girl in the club turned to me with their eyes popping out of their sockets and their jaws wide open, like they thought I didn't deserve him. I don't care what anybody thinks about Walker and me. Well, that's not exactly true. I did care about what one person thought. Bex, Walker's little sister and my best friend. When Walker and I got together, I was sure I'd added a boyfriend and subtracted a best friend. I should probably start at the beginning, but first, please like and subscribe. It all began on the day we were born. Yep, Bex and I were born on the same day in the same hospital. Our parents lived next door to each other, and our moms were inseparable. Soon, they were pregnant at the same time.
I can't believe we're so close to meeting these little ones.
I know they're going to be the best of friends.
It's as if Bex's mom had a crystal ball because she was spot on. Bex arrived 17 minutes before me, and we've been BFFs since. She's always been kind of motherly to me, and she took her job as the oldest seriously.
We should clean up these toys and get a snack.
But I was still playing with that.
Did you pack your raincoat? It looks like it's going to rain.
When I say we did everything together, I do mean everything. We went to dance class too together.
Lacey, how are you so flexible? I feel like a statue next to you.
Double jointed, I guess. We were each other's biggest cheerleaders, and we told each other everything too. My parents were fighting again last night. I'm worried they won't make up.
Don't worry, babe. Your dad will get a new job and that stress will just go away.
But then one day, when we were 15, life as I knew it changed forever. Bex and I were walking home from school. We were crossing the street when suddenly, a car lost control and came speeding toward us. And then I blacked out. All I remember was the sound of shattering glass and the smell of burnt rubber. When I woke up, I found myself in the hospital.
Oh, honey, thank goodness you're okay. What if something had happened to you? I couldn't do life without you, bestie.
Sweetheart, you just take everything easy now. You need to heal.
And I did heal, kind of. My body was fine, but my brain was broken. For some reason, every time I left my house, I was terrified. When I stepped outside my door, I could hear that car, and I could smell the burnt rubber. My world suddenly shrank. The only place I could go without having a panic attack was Bex's house. I even stopped going to school. Bex, can we just stay at my house today? I don't think I can go out.
Oh, sure. Yeah, that's fine. I'll just cancel with our friends.
Bex, do you want to watch a movie at your house?
I thought we might go to the mall.
I really don't want to go anywhere. I think that's when Bex started to resent me, which made me feel guilty. I didn't mean to be this way. I didn't want to live the rest of my life inside a house, but everything just felt safer there, at least to me. To Bex, it must have felt like a prison.
We never do anything anymore. This is boring, Lacey. There's so much out there to see and do.
I was ashamed. Why was it so hard for me to just go outside and act like a normal teenager? Bex, you can go to the party if you want. I'm gonna stay here.
Are you sure? You could try coming, right? We can leave early. Couldn't you just try today for me?
Who knows? It might not be as bad as you're imagining it. A party sounded about as much fun as scrubbing tiles with a toothbrush, but I decided to make an effort for Bex. I was sweating bullets and my heart was pounding by the time we made it to the party. My friends from school seemed happy to see me though, and I started to relax just a bit. I sat down in a corner, not ready to join the dancing crowd yet. Maybe Bex was right, this wasn't so bad. But just then, a waiter carrying a tray of drinks suddenly tripped it. Everything went crashing to the floor. The sound of the smashing glass sent me into a panic, burned my head in my arms, crying hysterically. Everything went completely silent, and Bex tried her best to make me come out, but I couldn't move an inch. Eventually, she had to call my parents to come and take me.
Lacey, I'm sorry, I didn't know.
I've been trying to tell you I can't go out, and now things are even worse. Everyone probably thought I acted like a freak. I'm not trying to hold you back, Bex. You want to go to parties? You can go without me. I won't mind.
Okay then, maybe I will.
A few nights later, I went over to Bex's house, but I found her brother Walker instead. He smiled, and I was distracted.
Hey Lace, Bex isn't here.
Whoa, when did Walker get so hot? He was usually always in the garage practicing with his band. He had a major glow up. Right, I forgot she might be out.
Something the matter? You look a little glum.
I'm just bored, I guess.
Yeah, me too. Come on in.
That's how it all began. That night, Walker and I talked. I told him I was scared I'd be hit by a car. I'd felt trapped in my own mind, and I felt guilty keeping Bex's from living your life and about what happened at the party.
Don't be so hard on yourself. What happened to you was a huge trauma. Healing takes time. As for Bex, don't worry about her. She's your friend. She'll always be there for you.
Hearing Walker say that felt good. You're right, Walker. I just can't help it. Sometimes I feel like a freak from another planet. I'm sure everyone at school now thinks I'm a total weirdo. That was when Walker picked up his guitar and started strumming it.
Why does it matter what anyone thinks of you? It should only matter what you think of yourself. But for the record, I happen to think you're pretty great.
My heart skipped a beat when he said that, and for the first time in a long time, I felt like I had someone to talk to, someone who cared about me, someone who saw me. The next time Bex came to see me, I tried to bring up Walker. I saw your brother playing his guitar on the porch the other day. He's gotten really good, also really cute.
Yeah, he's good, but my parents think it's a waste of time and he should focus more on his studies. Wait a minute, you think he's cute?
Just an observation. He didn't look too bad from my window.
You know he's off limits, right? Because the last time he dated a friend of mine and broke up with her, she shut me up completely. I never want him going near any of my friends again.
I know all that, Bex. Don't worry. But soon I was waiting for Bex to leave her house so I could go and spend time with Walker. Part of me felt like I was betraying her, but I was hooked on a feeling. The feeling I had every time I looked into Walker's eyes. It didn't take long for Walker to get hooked too.
All these years and I didn't realize what a cool person you were. Bex kept you all to herself.
Walker and I started spending more and more time together. He told me he wanted to be a famous singer, but he didn't feel like anyone in his family supported his dreams. I did, though. No one gets to tell you how big to dream, Walker. You can do anything you set your mind to.
I know my sister might kill me for saying this, but I feel like you understand me. I feel connected to you somehow.
He touched my lips, and I felt shaky and my head began to whirl.
Whoa, you're perfect.
But I could only think about one thing. Bex was going to kill us. Walker, we can't do this. Bex is my best friend.
So what? Don't give up on something that could be really good between us, don't you feel it?
His hand brushed my cheek, and soon I was lost in his eyes again, leaning in for another kiss.
What's going on here?
I pulled away from Walker like he was fire, and I'd just been burned. Bex, I can explain.
Explain what? You're spit-swapping fest with my brother. I told you I would never be okay with this.
Oh no!
It looks like I was just betrayed by the two of you. I don't want to look at either of you again.
Bex pushed away, past us, and I swear I felt my heart break. I stared at Walker, but with my chest so tight I couldn't find any words, so I ran. I ran home to the safety of my bedroom, and that's where I stayed for days, weeks. I missed Bex's terribly, and even though I didn't want to admit it, I missed Walker too.
Honey, this isn't healthy for you. You need to leave the house.
I don't want to leave the house. I want to stay in bed and let my blankets swallow me whole.
No, go outside in the yard and get some fresh air. That's not a request, it's an order.
Her tone told me she wasn't messing around. So I headed to the yard with my phone, a blanket, and a grudge. That's when I spotted Bex, dressed in workout gear and running shoes, her attention focused on her phone. She stepped out onto the crosswalk, and that's when I heard the car. Then I saw it. Bex, look out.
Huh?
The idea of me getting hit by a car paralyzed me with fear, but the idea of Bex getting hit by a car was unthinkable. I tackled Bex to the ground so fast that we both just stared at each other, shocked and breathless.
Lacey, you saved me.
Of course I did. I can't do like if without you, bestie.
You're my best friend too.
I didn't mean to kiss Walker, Bex. He just made me feel less alone. Bex looked ashamed.
Walker told me everything. He said you inspired him and supported his music. He said you were like a song to him. And I'm sorry I haven't been a good friend. I should have wanted you to be happy. I do want you to be happy.
Walker raced out of the house and came running to us.
Stop fighting your friends.
We're not fighting. We're making up. If peeing with each other makes you happy, I want you to be happy. Both of you.
Bex, does that mean?
It means that Lacey can be your song again?
With that, Bex left us standing there. Walker,
Be my girlfriend. No more secrets. No more hiding.
Yes. 100%? Yes.
You helped me believe in myself.
You did the same thing for me, Walker. I feel stronger now, like I can do anything.
Anything.
Anything. Walker stepped forward, taking my hands in his.
Would you come to my first real gig? It's tomorrow, but only if you're ready.
I hadn't left my house to go anywhere but school for such a long time, but when I saw the hope in Walker's eyes and the support I would give him by going, I felt I could do it. I think I'm ready, Walker. Walker wrapped his arms around me, pulling me close for a kiss. Hi, friends! My name is Celine, and my mom is my best friend. She was a small businesswoman, but after she divorced my dad, her luck turned around and she made it big. Mom adored me! By the time I was 7, I was living the life of a Malibu Barbie. She got me everything I wanted. She threw a birthday bash for me that had ponies and hot air balloons in it. My friends were shocked. Once, when I was in 2nd grade, I had a fight with my annoying classmate, and Mom was called to the school to meet the teacher who I hated.
Celine needs some discipline. Just look at what she did to her classmate. Maybe she needs a father to teach her some manners. Get her one.
My mom suddenly went ballistic and pushed the teacher away.
Are you a moron? My daughter doesn't need a father. She has me and I can take care of her. You say nonsense like that again and I'll have you fired.
I was so proud of my mom as she took my hand and stormed off. By the time I was in 4th grade, my mom was my best friend. I used to tell her every single freaking thing that happened to me. But once I made a mistake. I told her how I'd seen my friend Jessica take the teacher's watch and put it in her bag. And a few days later, I invited my friends to my house. When we were all having lunch, I heard a loud scream from my room. We all ran there to find Mom holding Jessica's hand.
You can't fool me, kid. I know you stole your teacher's stuff and now you're snooping in my daughter's room.
Oh my God! Jessica was shaking and in tears. Mom! She had to go to the bathroom. I told her to go to my room. When my friends left, I was so angry at Mom. I told her I won't be telling her anything from now on. Even though she apologized, I ran to my room and slammed the door shut. The next day at school, my friends started avoiding me like I was some weirdo. And this mean Jessica said,
"No, you can't sit with us because you tell all our secrets to your mom. Why are you like that, dumbhead?"
I started eating alone, but one day, something amazing happened. A girl came and sat next to me at lunch. Her name was Ashley, and she was new in the school. Soon we became friends, and it was so good having someone to talk to. A few days later, I saw Jessica wearing my bracelet that Mom had specially gotten made for me. Hey, that's mine! That bracelet has my name on the back. You're such a thief! I grabbed her wrist to take it away, but Jessica pushed me hard and pounced on me. Just then, Ashley came running and snatched the bracelet from her. We reported her to the principal, and she took a look into Jessica's locker. She was stunned to see so many stolen items. Jessica was suspended for 2 weeks, and I felt so foolish. Mom had been right about Jessica all along. When I went home, I apologized to Mom, and she hugged me tight. By the time we were in 10th grade, Ashley and I were best friends. Once, she was at my place, and we were discussing my new crush, Adam. When Mom walked in, I was so excited to tell her too. I showed her all his pictures.
I can't believe you just told your mom about your crush. I would never tell my mom such a thing.
A few days later, Mom came to school, and she spotted Adam with some boys. And then she said the most embarrassing thing ever.
Oh, you're Adam, right? This is Celine and she's my daughter.
Oh yeah, that weirdo.
What did you just call her?
A weirdo. And I think she's also dumb.
Oh my God, you're such a rude kid. I can't believe she has a crush on you. And she even looks at your pictures all day. For what? You're a jerk. I can tell.
Everybody, including Adam, looked at me like I was some psycho stalker. I grabbed Mom's arm and tried to drag her away.
Oh, so Celine is crazy just like her mom.
Just let me teach this loser a lesson.
Mom tried to attack him, but thankfully, I was able to drag her away. At home, I had a huge fight with Mom about it.
I did the right thing, Celine.
The only thing you did was ruin my life. Mom asked for forgiveness, and I knew Mom meant well. So after a few hours, I forgave her and we hugged. But not for long. A couple of months later, we were having a Mother's Day event at our school. And when it was time for Ashley to give her mom the gift in front of everyone, Mom rushed to Ashley's mom and handed her a bag. She had gotten a matching outfit for her and Ashley.
I was so sorry to hear from Celine about your money problems and the divorce. You must be going through a really hard time right now. That's why I bought the nicest dresses for you and Ashley.
Oh my God! How could she blurt that secret out in front of everybody? Ashley and her mom were stunned. So were all the people in the classroom. Suddenly, Ashley was furious. She attacked me and held my hair tight in her grip.
How could you tell your mom about it? You know she can't keep a secret. Why did I ever trust you?
Even Ashley's mom was furious, and she screamed at Mom, calling her bad names. And that day, I lost my best friend. She just refused to talk to me. And a week later, she and her mom moved away without even saying goodbye. I was heartbroken, and my relationship with my mom was never the same.
Celine, please forgive me. It was an honest mistake.
Mom, enough is enough. You betrayed my trust and hurt other people. You can't just say it's a mistake every time. I can't do this anymore. I moved out of the mansion when I turned 18 and got admission in university. I got busy with studies, and Mom and I spoke less and less frequently. Luckily for me, I found love and got married. After graduating, I was living a happy life with my husband Andrew. I opened up an art gallery with Andrew, and the exhibitions I held were famous all over town. After 2 years, we were blessed with a little baby girl. We named her Crystal. She had a star-shaped birthmark in her hand. She was my world. One day, when I returned from work, I saw Andrew park up his new Porsche. I was stunned. Sure, we both earned well, but not that well. Something was off about Andrew. I walked into his new home office and heard him talk to some girl.
Oh, babe, I love you too. You think I'm in love with her? I am living with her only for the money.
I went berserk on Andrew. I made him tell me the truth the way he did. My mom had been sending him money, and that's why he was with me, while he loved someone else. First, I kicked Andrew out of the house. I was done with him. Then I called up Mom. Why can't you just stop interfering with my life? Why did you give money to Andrew?
But honey, Andrew asked me for money. He said he would leave you if I didn't give him the money.
You knew he didn't love me, and you didn't tell me? Mom, that's awful. You think giving him money was right? I told her never to send money again, and hung up. I just wanted to focus on raising Crystal now that life was set. Crystal and I became best friends. When she was 4, I took her to Disneyland, and we had a blast. I even got a star tattoo on my hand, just like Crystal's birthmark.
Mommy, we have the same mark now. I love you.
After a few days, it was time to go home. When our plane landed, we needed to take the train to get home. As I was buying tickets, I suddenly turned around and saw Crystal wasn't there. I went crazy. I searched for my baby girl all over the station, but I didn't find her. People started to help me look for her, and soon the cops arrived on the scene too. I just sat down on a bench crying with shock. I couldn't believe that my daughter was missing. I took my phone out and called the only person I could think of. I need you to come immediately, Mom. The minute she arrived, I broke down in tears and hugged her tight. I'm so sorry, Mom. Now I realize the pain of being away from your child. I am so sorry.
Hush, Celine. You have nothing to be sorry about. Don't worry, love. We will find my granddaughter.
But days turned into weeks, and my baby girl was nowhere to be found. It had been many months since Crystal was missing, when a familiar-looking woman named visited me at home. And when our eyes met, we were both shocked. Ashley, is that you?
Oh my God. Celine, I'm the detective handling your daughter's case.
We hugged each other tight as we both started to cry.
Don't worry, we will get her back. I promise.
For 5 years, we searched for Crystal day and night. Everywhere I went, I would see my daughter. One day, I was walking towards the police station where Ashley worked when suddenly I heard a voice so sweet that it shook me.
Hey, Mom, wait up. I'm coming.
I turned around and saw a girl who looked so much like Crystal. Oh my God! It was my baby girl all grown up. Without a second thought, I ran to the girl and took her arm. And she started screaming,
Mom, Dad, help!
Sweetie, just let me look at your hand. Turned out it was not Crystal. And her parents furiously took her away, and I was heartbroken all over again. I was almost beginning to lose hope. I met Mom at the park that night and cried on her chest. Mom, it hurts. Mom, it's burning. I miss my baby. I'm so sorry for treating you badly. You were my best friend. I now understand how much I hurt you. Mom, I just want my baby back.
Mom!
I couldn't believe what I just heard. I looked around to see Ashley, and next to her was a 9 or 10-year-old girl looking confused. The moment I saw her, I knew it was my Crystal. I ran to hug her, but the girl took some steps back.
Mom had a tattoo like mine in her hand. Show it to me if you are my mom.
I showed her the star tattoo, and she gave me a huge smile and flung herself in my arms.
Mom, I missed you so much. Why did you leave me? You don't love me?
Oh, baby girl, I love you so much and I look so hard for you. I missed you! I missed you! Ashley told me that my baby had gone on a train to another city where a couple had found her wandering alone and crying, and they'd taken her in. Since then, they had been trying to search for her family. I pulled Mom to join our hug, and also Ashley. I love you guys so much. All my best friends are back now. I love you, Crystal.
I love you too, Mommy.
Hi, I'm Kaylee from LA. Please like and subscribe. Ever since I was a little girl, I've always loved to sing. My grandma was a professional singer. She sang around the world with the most prestigious orchestras and operas. I miss her and her voice so much. When I got to 10th grade, I became the singer of the family. I went to the most prestigious performing arts school on the West Coast. My favorite class was music, of course, and my favorite club so far was show choir. We had been the best in the state for 14 years, with the trophies to prove it. My best friend, Addison, is also in show choir with me. He and I met in kindergarten and have been inseparable ever since. He's the funniest guy I've ever known. He's also gotten pretty cute over the years too. Or at least that's what all the girls in school think. But I just don't see him that way. Hard to see someone that way when they used to sneak over from next door and put frogs in your bed. Yuck! One day, our show choir teacher, Ms. Conrad, had big news for us.
We've been asked to compete at this year's National Show Choir competition.
All right.
Yeah! But to ensure we get top scores, the soloists will have to be chosen very carefully.
Ms. Conrad told us that we were going to have to audition for the big solo right in front of each other in 1 week. My nemesis, Heidi, started bragging in front of the whole group.
We all know who's gonna get it! Me, of course. Everyone knows I have the stage presence of a star.
I don't know. I think Kaylee might give you a run for your money. She's got star power and the voice to match.
The others' eyes widened. Were they about to fight? Just then, the bell rang. As everyone left the class, I swatted Addison on the arm. Don't start fights with Heidi! She's my biggest competition!
That's exactly why you have to stand up for yourself in front of her.
I just don't want anyone to think I think I'm better than her.
Well then, I guess that's why I'm here. To remind them for you.
Oh, what would I do without you?
Good thing we'll never have to find out.
I was so nervous, even though I'd sung in front of our choir before. But the pressure was on the whole week leading up to auditions. I practiced in the shower, in the bathroom, between classes. I really wanted to beat out Heidi for the big solo at the end of the show. Finally, audition day arrived. I woke up, put on my cutest outfit, curled my hair, and took extra time with my makeup. After all, if I'm gonna be a big star one day, I might as well start dressing like it now. When I stepped out of my house to walk to school with Addison, his cheeks turned super red. What's wrong?
Nothing, you just look different is all. Your hair is.
Oh no! Does it look bad? Maybe I should have worn it up. I'll just go chance.
No, leave it. You look good. Great.
When I arrived in class, Heidi was sitting in the front row, looking totally perfect. What was I thinking? With her shiny hair, big eyes, and as much as I hated to admit it, her beautiful voice. Why would anyone ever look twice at me? But I just tried to remember what my grandma would always say.
It's not about who sings the loudest or looks the prettiest. As long as your song comes from your heart, people can't help but listen.
So I took a deep breath and sat down next to Heidi, right in the front row. She gave me a once-over and rolled her eyes. Who cared what she thought? I knew I looked great. Miss Conrad sat down at the piano and called Heidi up first. After she finished singing, I applauded politely along with everyone else. Then it was my turn. I stood confidently and turned to face everyone. Addison gave me a thumbs up from the back row. Such a good friend! Miss Conrad played the opening notes for my song when suddenly the door to the classroom burst open behind me. I turned to look, and standing in the doorway was the most handsome boy I'd ever seen. Tall, with long brown hair that felt perfectly into his eyes. He looked just like a fairy tale prince. My jaw dropped. He handed a note to Miss Conrad.
Class, this is our newest addition, Patrick.
He waved to everyone, then put his hand on my shoulder, looked deep into my eyes, and said,
I'm so sorry I interrupted your audition. Knock 'em dead.
Then he took my seat right in the front row. I gulped. Oh, now I was nervous again. I shook off my nerves, took a deep breath, and nodded to Miss Conrad as she played. I could feel the music filling me up all the way to the top. I opened my mouth to sing and let my song come from my heart. When I finished, the whole class burst into applause. I felt like I was walking on air. Patrick got up to sing something last minute. He was so good. The next day, Ms. Conrad put up the list and I had gotten the solo. And she'd even added a duet in the middle of the show for Patrick to sing with me.
Looks like it's you and me, Kaylee. I'm so honored to be singing with someone as talented as you.
I felt my cheeks turn red, and he grinned.
You're so cute when you blush like that. Be careful, or I might just fall in love.
He walked away with a wink at me. I couldn't believe he'd just said that. And neither could Heidi, who'd been listening around the corner.
Don't get too comfy with that solo. Once Miss Conrad figures out that you'll cave at the first sign of pressure, I'll be ready to step in.
Eavesdrop much? Jealousy isn't your color, Heidi. The next day, we started rehearsing for nationals. Everyone was working so hard, and Patrick and I sounded great together. But when it came to our dance, it was like I'd suddenly grown a second left foot.
No, Kaylee, no. Once more from the top.
Miss Conrad, I'm happy to come up front and show Kaylee how it's done.
Not necessary, but thank you, Heidi.
Just here for the team.
After I knocked Patrick over by mistake for the third time, Ms. Conrad called it a day.
Kaylee, please go home and practice, practice, practice.
Ugh! I could have wiped that smug look off of Heidi's face. Everyone went to start packing up their bags, and I started to head backstage to get my bag when Patrick came up to me.
Hey, gorgeous. Want to stay and practice a little with me? Then it'll be perfect by tomorrow.
Oh, I wouldn't want to impose. Your toes must be all bruised.
That's okay. I really don't mind. And I wouldn't mind spending a little quality time with my co-star.
Well, if you insist. Just then, Addison came up to us.
Hey, Kaylee, ready to go?
That's okay. I should really practice a little longer.
I can practice with you. I could use a few run-throughs myself.
Oh, well, Patrick already offered to stay behind and practice with me here.
He did he? How are you gonna get home?
I can drive her.
Oh, do you live in our neighborhood?
No, but...
I mean, if it's not really convenient for you.
I'm not spending time with Kaylee because it's convenient.
Neither am I.
I'm spending time with her because she's cool.
My face turned bright red. Did he really mean that? Addison, I'm gonna stay here too. Just for a bit to practice. I'll see you later, okay?
Fine. If you insist, I'll see you when you get home.
He turned on his heel and walked out. Patrick turned to me with a grin on his face and held out his hand.
Shall we?
We practiced more, and I was finally getting good. Patrick swung me out for our final spin, then pulled me in close and dipped me. That's when I noticed his face was just so close. His ice blue eyes staring deep into mine. Was he gonna kiss me? Just then, all the lights in the theater went out. Patrick dropped me in shock and I shrieked. All of a sudden, the lights came back on and Ms. Conrad stepped back on stage.
Oh, hey, kids. I am so sorry I didn't realize you were still here.
Ugh, I couldn't believe she'd interrupted our moment. Still, we waved goodbye to her and headed out. A little while later, when Patrick dropped me off, he got out of his car to open my door. Such a gentleman!
It was nice hanging out tonight. I'll see you tomorrow, superstar.
Then he wrapped his arms around me and gave me a big hug. Is this what heaven smelled like? Then I headed up the front walk to my door.
So, do you like him or something?
I whipped around and saw Addison waiting on our front porch swing. I don't know, maybe. He's so cute and really talented.
Okay, cool. I guess, do you still want to practice?
That's okay. I think I got it now.
Okay then. Well then, I guess I'll see you tomorrow. Here, I got you a milkshake.
Hey, thanks. He started crossing the yard towards his house. Is it?
Cookies and cream. Your favorite.
Thanks, I'll see you tomorrow.
You know it.
Then it was finally time for nationals. As we arrived at the concert hall, I was overwhelmed by all the other groups here and overheard one girl say to another,
"She was a little flat at the end."
I couldn't believe it. What if I lost us the whole competition? All night and throughout all our warm-ups the next day. It was all I could think about. If I messed up again, I'd be letting everyone down, including myself. And there were several famous music industry people judging the competition. What if I ended my career as a singer before it even started? And then, it was almost time to go up. I tried to calm down, but I was shaking like a leaf.
Miss Conrad, Kaylee doesn't look so good.
Miss Conrad came over. She looked pretty nervous herself.
Kaylee, you look terrible. Are you going to be able to perform?
Of course
Because if you're sick, I can always put Heidi on.
I'm ready to go, Miss Conrad.
Just then, I spotted Patrick warming up down the hall. I just need a minute. I raced down the hall towards him. He was stretching, shaking out his hands, jumping up and down. Patrick! His expression was so strange. Was he nervous too? I'm so nervous. Do you think we could practice?
Kaylee, I'm kinda busy.
What if we?
I really just need some space here. Kaylee.
Yesterday you said we were a team. That doesn't feel like a team to me.
I can't do this right now. Could you leave me alone?
Fighting back tears, I ran down the hall and found a corner backstage. I couldn't let anyone see me so upset, especially not Ms. Conrad or Heidi. What was I gonna do? Suddenly, Addison stepped out of the shadows. He looked so handsome in his costume.
Kaylee, are you okay?
I threw my arms around him. He caught me and squeezed tight. I'm so nervous. I overheard one of the other teams say I sounded bad. Ms. Conrad is ready to replace me with Heidi. Patrick isn't any help, and there's amazing industry people out there. And ugh!
You sounded amazing in rehearsal. Those other teams were just jealous. Forget about Patrick and Heidi. Remember why you love to sing? What was it your grandma always said?
Sing from your heart.
Exactly. Just do that.
I took a few deep breaths, and Addison was right. Will you just run the last part of the number with me?
Of course.
And there, in our little corner of the theater, we stepped, we twirled, we kicked in time together. Addison took my hand, spun me around, and dipped me low. I felt his arm slip. He was dropping me, but right before I was sure I'd hit the ground, he caught me with a twinkle in his eye. I swatted his arm. You tricked me.
I'd never drop you. And even if I did, I'll always be here to catch you.
Thank you, Addison. Then he smiled at me so genuinely, and my heart fell into my stomach. What was that?
Places, please. Students' places. Kaylee, are you ready?
Yes, Ms. Conrad. As we all rushed to take our spots to start our number, Addison shot me a wink.
Knock 'em dead, superstar.
You too. As soon as the lights came up on stage, I felt a little thrill of excitement. We danced, we sang, we twirled. Everyone had brought their A game. When it came time for my duet with Patrick, we totally nailed it. But any spark that had been there was gone. As the opening chords of my solo began, the lights shined down on me, and I opened my mouth, and the music poured from my heart. I knew my grandma was right there with me. I hit my final note and held it out forever, as everyone finished their steps behind me. As we struck our final pose, the crowd erupted into applause. A standing ovation! I beamed. We totally nailed it. That night, after all the points had been tallied, all the teams gathered on stage behind the judges. Addison reached for my hand and I squeezed back. Thanks for the pep talk. I could have never done it without you.
Of course you could have. I'm just here to remind you.
You're always there for me. He leaned in close, and I felt a flutter in my stomach as he whispered in my ear.
And I always will be, if you let me.
I turned to look directly in his eyes.
Kaylee, I have to tell you.
Just then, the announcer started announcing the winners. Second place, runner-up. Our whole team clasped hands and took a deep breath together.
And the grand prize for this year's National Show Choir competition goes to...
As they said our name, the crowd roared. It was so loud I could hardly think. Confetti rained down on us as Ms. Conrad stepped forward to accept our trophy. I threw my arms around Addison, and he picked me up, swinging me in a circle. We did it! We did it! As we packed up our things in the dressing room and said goodbye to the new friends we'd made at the competition, one of the judges knocked on our dressing room door. He was an exec for a record label back in LA.
I was so impressed with you. Your vocals were so clear and you've got some real presence up there. Give me a call if you think you'd be interested in recording a single.
He handed me his card, and I shook his hand, totally awestruck. Maybe dreams really do come true. I felt so relieved. Not only had I not let everyone down, but I'd made myself proud. On the beach, Addison sat down next to me, running a hand through his hair. When he saw me watching, he grinned, and the butterflies were back.
I'm totally beat, aren't you?
Definitely. I got you something.
Oh yeah?
I pulled out a bag of gummy worms, and your favorite.
You're the best, Kay.
He ripped open the bag and dug in. Hey, Addison, what was it you were gonna tell me earlier?
I don't know. I don't remember.
Well, I have something I want to tell you.
Yeah?
I like you.
Really?
Really.
I like you too. I have for a while now.
Really?
Really.
He took my hand and, I know, my cheeks turned pink.
I got something for you too.
Ooh, okay. I love presents. And then he put his hand on my cheek, leaned in close, and kissed me. It was the perfect end to a perfect day.